You call forth fire and flame. The bright red light screams like profanity in this place of cold. The egg. And hot cocoa steam singes your face and Ruby's as well. The smell of cinnamon fills the air. You hear
I finally have a family.
Emily, this is for you.
What? I have a family.
What is that?
I mean, I immediately put one of those little dog vests on him.
A thunder jacket?
The shards of the egg fall as a bright, hot cherry, the brightest red you've ever seen, with the interims of his scale, like where the scales end, you see like powerful little chocolate flesh underneath, chocolate skin in between, hot tamale, cinnamon hard candy wings.
Mexican hot chocolate.
He's like a little Mexican hot chocolate. You see, as the egg cracks, the tiny little Dracoria azucars leaps up, and immediately you can see that the cold is hurting it, and it leaps into your arms up against you.
I summon all the warmth I can possibly summon.
The fire wraps around you, and you see it goes. And some sparks and a little bit of smoke comes out of its mouth. Could you kindly roll initiative
For my baby!
for your baby?
Oh my God. Is this the thing I had a dream about?
Yes.
Cool.
Okay. Oh, I don't even know what to add to it. 14. Wait.
14, great. Lovely.
I have a family.
Fun.
Okay, Saccharina, what a fucking turn.
That was
Sugar Plum
wild.
Fairy looks at you, looks at the dragon, and says, "That is mine."
Not anymore.
You...
I don't know what you named him, but I'll probably come up with something different.
You see, she just screams with 20 faces circling around her head. Your sweet little baby dragon nuzzles into your body and doesn't. It was just born. And let's go ahead. I'm going to actually need that to put on the board. I am going to need that to put on the board. Give me the child.
A mom needs some time with her child before
Give me the
you
child.
go back to work.
We have to circumcise your dragon. I'll be right back.
You just have to.
we just have to.
Yes,
Unfortunately. Wow, that's gross.
Cinnamon!
Like a seedless watermelon.
He doesn't know what's going on, so he's going to use his turn just to give you the help action. He doesn't know how he's helping you. That's the most he can figure out how to do.
No one has ever given me a help
What's that?
action before. Can Cinnamon thunderstep with me and Ruby, or is that too many people? Cinnamon is the dragon.
Cinnamon is the dragon?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Hey, baby, do you want to go for a ride?
Well, Cinnamon, I was only taking a help action, so Cinnamon still has movement. If you have to pick one, it has to be Cinnamon or Ruby.
Okay, yeah. I'll
Send Cinnamon flying.
I'm just figuring it out. My next question is, do I get the sense that if I cast a spell on myself, that Cinnamon will also get it?
You sense that you could, if you wish, develop a spell to create that connection between you and Cinnamon, but that it does not exist at this exact moment.
Okay, baby. Baby, just stay here, okay? You're the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Want to get smacked by the...
That's why I wanted to cast something on him.
Could he move
I think I'll place him. I'll basically swap him in Ruby
Okay,
so that he's in that nook and can't get hit by icicles.
cool.
But I'm letting him know, like,
Gotcha.
come fly to me when you get a chance, okay? I'll be waiting.
Cinnamon screams and descends and wraps and coils around your shoulders. And curled around Saccharina's shoulder is a young cinnamon dragon. You see that Gooey is scratching under the chin of Cinnamon.
Chinny rubs.
Chinny rubs. You see Cinnamon goes. And nuzzles into your neck. And Cinnamon wraps around your neck. It feels warm.
That's right, baby.
And your marauders, Gooey and John Bon, are dragging clergy out of the Bulbian church and throwing them on the ground in front of you. There's dead crusaders all around here. And one of the priests is like grabbed by the hair, brought up onto his knees. Blood is like coming out of his eyes. His holy symbol of the bulb shows. Cinnamon wrapped around your shoulders goes. And his eyes glow red as he sees the bulb.
I grab the holy symbol and then create bonfire on it.
As you do, you see that this Bulbian priest, a glow appears on his chest over his heart, and you see that almost like dim spotlights, Cinnamon's eyes are trained on this priest's heart.
Okay. Go for it, baby.
You see Cinnamon leaps on the priest, bites his throat out. Your marauders raise their axes and start beheading the priests here in front of the Bulbian church. The villagers start screaming. Your marauders say, "Let no one leave!" They rush after the villagers.
No, save the villagers. They're fine.
You see that they turn to you. "Yes, my queen." The villagers turn to look at you as the fire rages around their town, and you see there is a cracking and sundering of bone, and as Cinnamon wriggles, you see that Cinnamon devours this Bulbian priest's heart. As Cinnamon does so, you see that and you could swear he's a little bigger than he was before.
I think I see this and I'm like, I think it's awesome, but I also take my winter scoop staff and I cast like a cone of cold to put out the fires.
You see that the fire's beginning to go out. The villagers look at their saved village. These are like Candian villagers who were just conquered by these crusaders. But they are also looking, you see many of them wear Bulbian symbols of the bulb, and are looking at these slaughtered priests that also just took part in conquering and occupying their village, and just gaze in horror.
Many of you went to the bulb to be saved, but hopefully today you'll remember what really saved you.
Fire, and Cinnamon looks at the rest of the clergy's bodies around the ground.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I let him do it.
The villagers watch as the fires extinguish, and the only light left in the dim night of the village is the glow from behind Cinnamon's jaws as he eats and eats and eats. Gooey says, "We can go and root the Crusaders out from Port Syrup." And this is about 3 days after the finding the letter in the village. And you see she says, "And I'd also be happy to take your sweet rambunctious son along with us." And you see that she Cinnamon is about the size of a horse now.
I believe there will be many more Bulbian hearts for him. I think we're just gonna stick around here and practice some tricks.
As you wish, Your Majesty. You see that Cinnamon looks up at you with sad little eyes, or not at. He looks eye to eye with you, and you see he looks at Gooey going away and goes. There's little bits of smoke come out of his nostrils.
Wait!
Your Majesty.
Give the boy what he wants.
You see he nuzzles up against you and snorts some little bit of ash and cinnamon on you.
I've never had the love of family before, and I can't say no to you.
You see Gooey takes the chain off his neck, he flaps his wings, and she says, well, we'll take a teleportation circle, but Cinnamon, I think you know what to do. And he takes off into the sky to fly west to Port Syrup.
We're gonna kill them all, right? I know I keep saying it, but
I mean, honestly, that's definitely my plan.
Right.
okay,
Yeah,
great.
I'm like trying to keep the bloodlust at bay a little bit, but when I go there, I'm gonna just like fully unleash it.
Yeah.
You arrive at Port Syrup and see the joyous port city reduced to rubble. The Bulbian churches that did not ring out when Amithar first landed here are utterly destroyed. And the city is surviving. You know, there's not like active open flames. The flames have been put out by this point. But you see the population of the city walking in the shadow of war. The people look terrified. There is no clamor from the marketplace. There is no cry of gulls. The smell of ash and burning puts a dim silence over the city as the dairy ships stand in the harbor. You see that Gooey walks up to you. The marauders salute and bow. All hail, Queen Saccharina! All hail!
Okay. Love the spirit, guys.
A shadow is cast over the buildings. A towering, bright red cinnamon head. And a dragon the size of a house slinks his long neck on the ground and, like a dog pushing his head forward on a rug, moves a head the size of a carriage so that his nose rests in front of you and puffs with smoke.
I missed you too. Are you worried that I'm putting him in danger?
I look at Cinnamon. Does Cinnamon seem like Cinnamon could be in danger?
Does Cinnamon seem like he could be in danger? No. Not here in the ruins of Port Syrup. No, Cinnamon does not look like he's in danger. He looks fucking fine.
I take out some dragon nip and I lay it around so he can roll around in it.
Rolls around.
Sir Theobald, I require your counsel.
Yes, my queen.
Okay. Sorry, just a formality.
Right.
I trust you enough to tell you my weaknesses, which I do not trust everyone enough to do that with. Cinnamon is the first creature in my entire life who has ever freely and immediately loved me. Every anyone else I have had to fight tooth and nail to prove myself to, but Cinnamon just loved me for no reason, just because I existed. I will have a very difficult time saying no to him, and I want to say to you that just look out for me. I don't necessarily, I don't know what to do about, I don't know that my love for him is stable or rational.
If I can speak freely, I will say that it does not seem like Cinnamon saved Port Syrup, but
Yes.
destroyed it before the Crusaders could have it. And that
is also my concern, and that is why I speak to you now.
I think if we are to use Cinnamon to our advantage, then I don't think it's something that we can take lightly, that it's something that can be sent off as if it's a footman holding a spear.
Yes. I think even though I love him, I really can't control him.
Well, yes, he's new to this world, and you are his mother. You have to discipline him and make sure you have a great responsibility.
Are you telling me
I think
to
he might
ground
need
him?
to be grounded.
I don't know if I can ground him. No allowance.
I think when Theobald says discipline, perhaps not right away, but maybe moments after the conversation ends, Saccharina remembers all of the ways in which she was disciplined as well.
I have to have counsel with you both.
Mm-hmm.
What happened in Port Syrup was disgusting. I understand that Cinnamon is a powerful beast, but you'll notice that what I did was I limited who he was able to use his force on. I did not see any evidence that there was any guidance given to him. Do you understand how this makes me look to these people who I know will never accept me, but at least maybe at this point I can hope they won't hate me. What happened in Port Syrup, whether or not the Rocks family will continue to reject and humiliate me, has nothing to do with whether or not what happened in Port Syrup should have happened, so you are still on my shit list for that.
You see that he and Gooey look at each other. They exchange a glance that you don't quite understand, or is just very silent between them.
I won't be sending Cinnamon on any more trips with Gooey or Swifty.
Cinnamon is rending this thing asunder. The ballista is destroyed, and there are still some living people here that might swing swords at the dragon.
Okay.
That might happen. I was gonna wait for a more dramatic moment, but given they just rolled 2 nat 1s, I just want to show you guys what they're all seeing. And I'll put a little platform out there so we can see it at the right scale. So let's zoom in to the finer scale. This is what they're all seeing.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, he has little cinnamon balls.
That is a flaming hot dragon right there.
That's so good.
Look at
A
that.
spicy
He's going after your ballistas, bitch. Idea ballistas.
You see the ballista all facing out into the night to like tear your troops apart. Instead, scream. You hear some vegetarian scream, "Dragon!"
It's actually cinnamon.
Cinnamon takes off, chocolate and deep cinnamon fire, and you see that he gives you a little twitch in his shoulder to let you know that he swirls upside down. Hanging upside down, you extend a hand and rake lightning, killing a third of the archers on the wall, inflicting 2 casualties. I mean, immediately, it's like 20, 30 people go up in lightning and are done. This dragon streaks through the skies over the castle, brimming with arcane energy. Holy shit. Another ballista destroyed.
Haste on a dragon.
Haste on a dragon,
baby.
You see Cinnamon just crows and lights up the fucking sky. Just going to work. You can see this dragon is barely even flying. With haste, he's kind of just pouncing, like vaulting off. Bam! Saccharina, you astride Cinnamon. Feel the rush of going over the tower's edge. Tell me what happens to these archers.
So it's cone of cold, so they actually all just freeze there, and it's frozen just so that everyone looking on knows what's coming for them.
All of you guys see that entire.
They all freeze in like terrifying death.
You guys see an entire unit of archers, an entire squadron of vegetarian archers, frozen in 3 layers of ice, just chocolate, vanilla, strawberry. You have, in one spell, wiped out a unit from the board.
That's crazy.
And then we're gonna, Cinnamon's gonna continue moving and land right here. And it's time
Liam, we're in a really bad position. Oh,
Hold
this
on.
is good.
And then he's going to fire breath.
These are the like armored paladins of the Bulbian Church. You watch half of them like throw up paladin spells and prayers. A vision of fire spreads its wings, and the entire field of Dulcington is cast in a cinnamon red glow. For a moment, only the screams can be heard in the distant pitch of battle, surrounding this moment of pure silence with a few timid wails. Half of the paladins lay dead, and the ones that survive stand just past the edge of ground that is singed and burnt, that smells of burning leaves and vegetables.
Delicious.
Theo, as you face the entire vegetarian infantry, you hear the beating of wings. Saccharina, what do you say as your eyes glow with brilliant ice cream light?
Oh God.
Nice to meet you.
Probably fit, near 100 vegetarian soldiers are frozen and killed in an instant as terrible candy and magics do their work, frozen solidly in place. In that moment, you both understand that you are aware of what the others know, and that now that your enemies lie defeated, dark and terrible things are at work. You don't know where Swifty and Gooey and John Bon are, but you know what they're planning to do.
What? I told them not to.
You told them not to attack Port Syrup anymore.
I didn't know that.
It's okay. But you know what they are able to do. Ruby, you look up at her astride this dragon and have seen what it can do.
Saccharina and Ruby, you are in the courtyard together as Amithar approaches.
That dragon is really something.
Yeah, he's pretty badass, right?
Yeah.
I feel like he really fucks shit up.
I
He
mean,
really fucked some shit
like
up.
whole platoons were just like, bah, bah, bah.
Look, I know what happened at Port Syrup was terrible, but I think that was, although that was done in my name, it was, I need good people around me. And that's something that's hard to come by.
I take her hand.
I think I just want to make it clear that in my free time, I've also done some adventuring with Cinnamon down to Vegetania to look for sort of a food substitute for human hearts. I heard of something called pea protein.
Give me an investigation check. Our last check of the game. Why not?
Okay.
18.
You find a lot of great pea protein. It's really helpful. It's really good for him. And there's something kind of beautiful about it being vegetarian in nature. And that's really wonderful. Dragon. I will also say this. The dragon is of the hungry one, and it fed on the power of the bulb because that's what the bulb has always represented to the hungry one, these two forces. In the village where Liam has kept the incredibly resurrected Pontifex and Sir Caradin that now work as kind of monastic prisoners, you find there, though, that a tree is growing, a tree that looks a lot like the tinfoil robes of a chocolate rabbit warlock you never got to meet. And it grows from where, actually it's outside of, I should say it's outside of Castle Candy. It's where Liam made his wish. A tree grows there in bright pink and green and yellow and different colors with tinfoil leaves and huge chocolate fruit on them. And you watch as cranky Cinnamon, that has not gotten to eat any hearts lately and may never grow as big as he might have if he had been allowed to get angrier and angrier, reaches out and eats a little fruit off of this wish tree. And you see that his eyes red, and they look at you with something like recognition and love, as though this dragon, who loved you, of course, but also loved what he was able to do because of you, regards you instead. And it seems even something as primal as a dragon can be changed by a wish for a better world. He grows gentle. You see, he turns around and for the first time regards the world, not with hunger, but with wonder.